This is Jonathan Agatha for Roboxing Fans, joined by Dean Whyte here in London. Dean, as I said to you off camera when we were speaking, my condolences to you and your family after the tragic loss of your son. How are you doing, and how's things been?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just, slowly kind of getting myself back together, This year, I'm just trying to keep busy, keep a bit of momentum, and all in the name of my son, to keep his memory alive and stuff. I want to thank a lot of the boxing fans, because I've got a lot of heartwarming messages and people that continue to check up on me. Boxing community is a great family, and a lot of love that have been shown over the last few months, man, is heart touching. So I've just been trying to keep myself together and slowly just kind of understand my new normal and how life's going to be, and trying to deal with that, you know what I mean? So that's it. So now obviously in 2023, I took a little bit of time out, and now I just want to be busy to keep my mind away and trying to build this legacy, you know what I mean? Same in the honour of my son and for my kids and stuff like that. I mean,
it's a credit to yourself that you went ahead with the show back in I think it was December or November. Shows you didn't want to let the fighters down under any circumstance.
And it was a great show in the end as well, Sometimes there is sacrifices, and obviously I had to go through what I had to go through, but not at the sacrifice or the expense of the fighters. They performed, they trained, they sold their tickets and done what they done. And then I've just taken the time since then to just grieve and do and go through my process, which is probably going to be a life journey of a process, you know what I mean? So just one of them.
Like I say, I wish you and your family all the best. I know we can't relate to what you're going through, but it's good to have you back on the scene and looking healthy.
Thanks very much. So we go again February the 11th. You know what I mean? So stay tuned with that. Most of the cards have been announced. All the fighters are doing their bit. I just got to put the posters out. So we're just back on the wagon now, man.
All right, let's talk about Black Box Global this year. First of all, what's the aims for this year?
Just to continue to grow and develop, and we are doing that. I think we've just got an IBF International for April the 15th show. That's been sanctioned. That's looking like it's nailed on. Maybe a Commonwealth on that card as well. I've got a show March the 12th also. Commonwealth should be on that as well, and maybe another title. And April we might have a Southern area. So really, this year I just want to be a stacked year of shows, and I think we've got a show every month until July. So we are fully stacked and busy. I need to be occupied to try and keep my spirits up and keep doing what I love, and trying to be idle basically. I've had a few months of chilling and being idle, so I'm happy that I've got myself together somewhat a little bit, got these shows, and I've got a platform to build my fighters, and hopefully we'll have a year of domestic trophies and building, and see what other platforms I can get them on. Like here we are today. So I think I know these guys. I come to this gym quite often before, so we might get some of our guys out on the DAZN platform with Misfits. So we'll be looking forward for this year, building and seeing what's to offer and which platforms are there for our guys. So
on February 11th, how does everyone get tickets? Where's it going to be? Back at Tolworth?
So we're back at Tolworth on February the 11th. Tickets are at the Black Box, www.blackbox.com. You can go on there. All the fighters are on the card. We'll probably announce it tomorrow, Friday or Saturday, and then just go from there. Any one of the fighters or myself, DM, and people can reach out. You know what I mean? We're going to put on a great show as always.
And is it what do you think the reaction's been in terms of from the fans and people that have watched you sort of grow throughout the years with Dillian and things, and now you're doing your own thing? What's sort of the reaction from fans been?
I think it's been a good reception from fans, man. Listen, boxing fans, we've got some of the best fans in the world. So, people are always reaching out and saying, I followed you and Dillian and love what you're doing, keep doing it, supporting. Some come down, some don't, but some always show their support. And that's all you can ask for, you know what I mean? So I just need to continue to work and press on. And, we've got loads of shows, so hopefully some of the fans who ain't come can come. We can garner new fans. I've done a few interviews today with different channels which I ain't done before, so hopefully we should garner new fans that will follow and like what we're talking about, and maybe tune in and see what we're doing. The Black Box Global Instagram page is going, the subscribers on YouTube are growing, so slowly but surely we'll hopefully kind of to push on. The numbers on the shows have been climbing steadily since we've been streaming them. So, God is good, man, and we'll continue to be blessed and move forward in that vein.
Great stuff. And just on Dillian, obviously he came back against Jermaine Franklin, split decision. What did you make of the fight?
I think it was a good fight, Jermaine Franklin, I did say that, had fast hands, good feet, tougher than I expected, to be honest. But, Dillian was from what I was listening, was boxing to orders from Buddy McGirt. Use your jab, go to the body. I think the Dillian that normally, how Dillian fights came out in the later rounds, and that's what won him the fight. The ropes kept up Franklin in the last dying seconds, But I mean, look, we got to give Franklin credit, tough as nails. And what a fight, it was very close. Some said it was a robbery. But if you look at it, the championship rounds, Dillian won. So you can't say someone lost because someone put up a competitive performance. But we got to give Franklin his credit. Hopefully, maybe he gets an opportunity to fight some of the other top guys, and then they can see how good he is. You know what I mean? But from watching it, it was a good fight. Obviously, when you're honing with a new coach and you're learning new things, you're trying to listen, it was steadily you gel, and the performances get better and better. But at the level he is, it's going to be hard because learning on the job fighting elite guys, there's not too much margin for error. So we'll see.
And Eddie Hearn's been talking about Whyte against Joshua in the summer, big fight rematch. Do you think Dillian will have one more before then? Or?
I think both of them. Joshua's looking like they're saying he's going to fight April the 1st. He said he might fight March, but it looks like they're saying April the 1st. Dillian probably maybe get one in, and then maybe they might look to fight in the summer. Maybe a good payday for both guys and a good fight. You know what I mean?
And Tyson Fury and Usyk coming up in March. I'm sure you'll be there. Yeah, probably. What do you think of the fight? How much chance do you give Usyk? Fury would be favourite.
Listen, Usyk's Usyk, man. Come on. He dominated the cruiserweight division that has come up, and he's unified champ. So we're not going to be just casting him out and saying. But Tyson Fury is 6'10", undefeated. They say a big good and beats a small good and all the time. I think it's just going to be a bit hard for Usyk to get close and be able to do much damage. But I still feel it's a decent fight. He's put on weight and he's done it in a slow fashion. So it'll be interesting. I feel Tyson Fury probably just be able to be a bit too much, a bit too big when he leans on him and does his thing. And I think he'll win. But you can't write. If Usyk won, I wouldn't say it's mad, mind, shocking. But it would be to a degree, but not majorly, because he's an elite. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be rooting for Tyson Fury, and I hope I prove my prediction right, and he boxes his head off.
And you saw Tank Davis do what Tank Davis does on Saturday night.
Breaks eye sockets and breaks jaws and puts people to sleep.
You were at the Cruz fight, I think you were at, was it?
Yeah,
was it the Isaac Cruz?
Yeah, no, I think was I at that fight? I was at a few of their fights, all of them. I went to them all back to back. I think I can't remember though, but yeah. But not this one recently. But I mean, look, Tank's he's a monster. He's a real star in boxing. So it's going to be interesting because he seemed to start quite slow a little bit. So I wonder how that plays out with him and Ryan Garcia. So it's going to be interesting.
Do you think Ryan would have to get him out of there in the early rounds? We see Tank always come on and finish you. So
a little bit later, doesn't he? So like I said, I think that's what's going to make it a little bit interesting because of how slow he gets into the fight. He's going to have to get into the fight a lot faster than he has been, because starting that slow, I think it might be difficult because Ryan Garcia can punch. So Tank doesn't want to be messing around. But to be honest, Tank's got a good defence. He slipped a few shots, but I mean, listen, I'm going to be looking forward to watching that fight, nevertheless.
Finally, if Wilder and Andy Ruiz fight, who wins?
Hard fight, I'm going to go with Wilder.
All right, Dean, good to see you back. Are you going to be there on Saturday? Or?
These guys are trying to bend my arm. I'm not really at the minute. The big events at the minute has been kind of difficult, but I've got to get back out there. But I'm going to see. I'm going to let them know tomorrow. But it will be interesting because I know KSI, man, they bring out a whole crowd. It's a whole different beast. Let's see.
Dean, appreciate it. Best of luck with all your shows and the plans.
Thanks very much.